You could double your income tomorrow and still be dead broke in 5 years. That's not a scare tactic. It happens to people earning 6 figures every single day. They get the raise, the better title, the bigger paycheck, and somehow they're still lying awake at 2 a.m. doing math on the ceiling. Because nobody ever taught them the single most important truth about money. Making more of it and building wealth are two completely different games. And if you don't know the difference, you can work hard for 40 straight years and still retire with almost nothing to show for it. In the next 20 minutes, I'm going to fix that. Here's what I'm going to walk you through. First, why your paycheck is quietly lying to you. Then, the real reason your brain is wired to keep you broke, even when you're smart and hardworking. After that, the actual mechanics of wealth, the assets, the system, and the math that turns a normal income into real money. And finally, a simple 30-day plan you can start the second this video ends. No hype, no get-rich-quick garbage. Just the stuff that actually works. Stick with me all the way to the end, because the last section is the part almost everyone skips, and it's the one that changes your entire life. Part 1. Income is not wealth. Let's start with the lie. Almost everyone believes that the answer to their money problems is simply more money. If I just made another $2,000 a month, I'd be fine. Once I hit 6 figures, I'll finally relax. It feels obviously true, and it's completely wrong. Because income is what you make, and wealth is what you keep and grow. Those are not the same thing. In fact, they're barely related. Think about it. There are people pulling in $300,000 a year who have a negative net worth. They owe more than they own. And there are school teachers and mechanics who quietly retire with $1 million in the bank. The difference was never the size of the paycheck. The difference was what happened to the money after it arrived. Here's the trap in one sentence. When your income goes up, your spending goes up to match it. Economists call it lifestyle inflation, and it is the silent killer of wealth. You get a raise, so you get a nicer car. You get promoted, so you upgrade the apartment. Bonus season hits, so you book the trip. And 2 months later, the money that was supposed to change your life has vanished into a slightly more expensive version of the exact same life. You're not richer. You just have nicer problems in the same empty savings account. This is why lottery winners go bankrupt. It's why famous athletes who made $50 million end up broke a few years after they retire. More money didn't save them because they never fixed the actual problem. The problem was never how much came in. The problem was that none of it stayed. Part 2. Why your brain keeps you broke. Now, here's the part that isn't your fault. Your brain is literally wired to keep you broke. For almost all of human history, survival meant using resources right now. Eat the food today, because tomorrow it might be gone. Your brain still runs that ancient software, and it treats money the exact same way. When cash shows up, every instinct you have screams to spend it on something you can feel today. There's a psychological effect called hedonic adaptation, and it's brutal. It means every new thing you buy gives you a hit of excitement that fades shockingly fast. The car that thrilled you in March is just the car by June. So you need a bigger hit, a newer thing, a better one. It's a treadmill, and it speeds up the more you feed it. You are chasing a feeling that is designed to disappear. And then there's the comparison trap. You're not just spending to feel good. You're spending to keep up. Social media turned everyone's highlight reel into your baseline. You see someone your age with the house, the vacation, the watch, and something in you whispers, I should have that too. So you buy it, often with money you don't have, to impress people you don't even like, to feel a status that evaporates the moment the next person posts. Understand this clearly. Half the people you're trying to keep up with are broke. They're financing the exact lifestyle you're jealous of. You are comparing your reality to their debt. The wealthy learn to break this loop, not by having more discipline than you, by building systems that don't rely on discipline at all. And that's exactly where we're going next. Part 3. What wealth actually is. So if income isn't wealth, what is? Wealth is your net worth. It's everything you own minus everything you owe. That's the only number that actually matters, and it's the one almost nobody tracks. You know your salary down to the dollar, but do you know your net worth? Most people have no idea, and you cannot grow a number you refuse to look at. Real wealth comes from one place, and it's not your job. It comes from assets. An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket without you trading your time for it. Index funds, real estate that generates rent, dividend-paying stocks, a business that runs without you, ownership of things that produce value while you sleep. The opposite of an asset is a liability. Anything that takes money out of your pocket, the car payment, the credit card balance, the financed furniture. And here's a hard one that upsets people. The house you live in is not really an asset in the way you think. It doesn't pay you. It costs you. Taxes, insurance, repairs, interest. It might appreciate over decades, but month to month, it's pulling money out, not putting it in. That's not a reason to never own a home. It's a reason to stop pretending your consumption is an investment. Here's the mental shift that separates the wealthy from everyone else. Poor and middle-class people use their income to buy liabilities that look like assets. Wealthy people use their income to buy real assets and then let those assets buy the nice things. They don't buy the luxury car with their paycheck. They buy an investment with their paycheck, and eventually the returns from that investment pay for the car. Your job is not your wealth. Your job is the fuel. Its entire purpose is to buy you assets. The paycheck stops the day you stop working. The asset keeps paying you long after you've clocked out for good. Part 4. Pay yourself first. Okay, this is the part people skip, and it's the most important thing in this entire video. You are going to pay yourself first. Say it back to yourself. Pay yourself first. Almost everyone does money in the wrong order. Paycheck comes in, they pay the rent, the bills, the subscriptions, the food, the fun, and then, if there's anything left over, they save it. There's never anything left over. There never will be. Because saving whatever's left at the end is a plan that is designed to fail. Flip it. The day your paycheck lands, a fixed slice of it moves automatically into building your future before you can see it, touch it, or talk yourself out of it. You pay your future self first, and you live on the rest. And the magic word there is automatically. Not when I remember. Not if I feel disciplined. Automatic. You set it up one time, and the system does the work for the rest of your life, even on the days you feel broke and unmotivated. Now, let me give you the exact order to put your money in, because this matters. First, build a small starter emergency fund, $1,000 sitting in a separate high-yield savings account so the next flat tire doesn't become credit card debt. Second, if your employer offers a 401k match, contribute enough to get the full match. That is free money. A 100% instant return on your cash. Nothing else in finance beats that, so you take it every time. Third, attack any high-interest debt, especially credit cards, because no investment reliably beats the 20+% those cards are charging you. Fourth, open a Roth IRA and invest it in a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. Fifth, once that's flowing, pile the rest into a regular taxable brokerage account, same simple index funds, and then finish topping off a full emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. Notice what this system is not. It's not picking hot stocks. It's not day trading. It's not crypto moonshots. It's boring, automatic, and almost impossible to mess up. That's the point. Boring is what builds wealth. Exciting is what loses it. Part 5. The math that changes everything. Now let me show you why this works. Because once you see the math, you can't unsee it. It's called compound growth, and Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. Here's what it means in plain English. Your money earns money, and then that money earns money too, and the snowball just keeps rolling and getting bigger. Let's run a real example. Say you invest $500 a month into an S&P 500 index fund. Historically, the U.S. market has averaged roughly 10% a year over the long run. Keep that up for 30 years. You'd personally put in $180,000 of your own money. But because of compounding, that account would grow to over $1 million. Read that again. You contributed $180,000. You ended with $1 million plus. The market did the other $800,000 for you while you slept, worked, and lived your life. But here's the twist that should light a fire under you. The most powerful ingredient in that formula isn't the amount. It's time. A 25-year-old who invests a modest amount will almost always beat a 40-year-old who invests way more, simply because the younger person's money had more years to compound. Every single year you wait costs you more than you think, not a little more, exponentially more, which means the best time to start was 10 years ago, and the second best time is the moment this video ends. And one more thing on the math, because it's how you actually get free. There's a rough rule. Once your investments hit about 25 times your annual spending, the returns alone can cover your life. That's the number. That's what financial freedom actually is in real digits. It's not a private jet. It's the day your money makes enough money that working becomes optional. That's the finish line you're building toward. Part 6. Widen the gap. Now, I told you income isn't the answer by itself, and that's true. But I'm not going to lie to you and say income doesn't matter at all. It does. Here's the honest version. Your wealth is built in the gap between what you earn and what you spend. So you win by working both sides of that gap. On the spending side, you've already got the system. Pay yourself first, kill lifestyle inflation, keep your fixed costs low. Here's the rule that ties it together. Every time you get a raise, send at least half of it straight to your investments before you ever get used to the money. You never had it, so you'll never miss it, and your future just got dramatically richer without you feeling a thing. On the earning side, build income that doesn't cap out at your salary. Learn a skill that pays, start a side hustle, turn what you know into something people pay for. Because there's a ceiling on how much you can cut, but there's no ceiling on how much you can earn and invest. The wealthiest people don't rely on one paycheck. They build multiple streams and they funnel all of them into assets. More income only makes you rich if it flows into ownership instead of into a nicer version of broke. Part 7. The patience game. Last thing, and it's the hardest because it's not a tactic, it's a temperament. Real wealth is slow, quiet, and almost unbearably boring. It is the same simple moves, repeated for years, while everyone around you chases the next shiny thing and laughs at how patient you're being. There's no confetti, no overnight moment, just a number that grows quietly in the background while you keep living your life. The people who win this game are not the smartest in the room. They're not the highest paid. They are the most patient and the most consistent. They automated the right moves, and then they stopped touching them. They didn't panic sell when the market dropped, and they didn't blow it all when the market soared. They just kept going. Boring on repeat for a decade, and one day they looked up and they were free. Wealth is not a lottery ticket you're waiting to hit. It's a system you build, and then a personality you become. Patient, quiet, consistent. That is the whole secret. It's not sexy, but it's real, and it works every single time it's actually done. So let's bring it all home. A bigger paycheck will not make you rich. Keeping and growing your money will. Income is what you make. Wealth is what you keep. Your brain is wired to spend, so you don't fight it with willpower. You beat it with a system. Buy assets, not liabilities. Pay yourself first, automatically, in the right order. Let compounding and time do the heavy lifting. Widen the gap from both sides, and stay patient while it's boring. Do that, and you don't need to get lucky. You just need to start and not stop. If this changed the way you see money even a little, do 2 things. Take one single action today. Open the account, set up the automatic transfer, anything, because knowledge without action is just entertainment. And subscribe to Rich Person Habits, because every week I break down the exact habits and money moves that build real wealth on a normal income. No hype, no gimmicks. Your future is built by what you do today. Let's build it together. I'll see you in the next one.